Welcome to the third episode of this podcast, the Aussie Scouser and Hickson LFC podcast. We have a special guest today, Miss LFC. Welcome. How you guys going today?
Good. Thank you for the welcome. Glad to be here. I'm really excited to join your podcast.
Joey, how's things?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. We got lots to talk about. Lots of opinions. Game in tomorrow in 24 hours or so. Um, yeah, and lots of news coming out. New kit, League Cup draw, Champions League draw,
Yeah,
um,
it's massive.
and looks like we've got the Barcola situation over the line.
Yeah, that took 1 year to get this over the line. Thank God this saga is over and we've got
Uh,
our man.
these kind of transfers, it takes time, and I kind of had a feeling it would be towards the end of the transfer window, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
What do you guys think about our new third kit? It looks epic.
Oh,
Man,
awesome. Love it. Love it. Can't wait
I
to get
think,
the new
I think it's good. I might get it. I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, Liverpool always makes me broke this time around. You
Don't
have to
check my
buy
bank
the
account.
yeah, exactly. But it's an epic third kit. Yeah. So what about the third round draw against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup? Tottenham's going to be a tough team to play this season. They got actually really good players, but I don't know if they can gel in time. So they might have a good season or a really terrible season. I know they started really poor last weekend. They got hammered last weekend. So they might be a dark horse for us in the Carabao Cup in the Premier League. What do you guys think about that draw? Are you guys looking forward for that game?
Yeah, so they got hammered. They got dominated 3-0. And if they rock up to Anfield like that, yeah, we'll probably dominate them. But the thing is, who will we play in that game? And I think the question will come back to is our squad depth, because that will be like a midweek game, and I'm assuming Ariola might rest players for the following weekend. So that's where the depth will come in, and we'll test our team. Um, Add a few signings before the windows close, and
Wink,
maybe
wink.
that will help. Yeah. We'll get to
Yeah,
that in a sec. T, what do you
yeah.
reckon?
What?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that one. I think it's going to take a bit of gelling and time to and determination of who's actually going to play to determine what what it's going to look like. But with Tottenham, they're very hit and miss. One season they're really good, the next season terrible. So I think Liverpool's the stronger team, personally. Just looking at the current lineups, even with the pending lineups. So I think that Liverpool probably is a stronger team than Tottenham at the moment in the EPL.
They've there's a rumor going around that they've actually added the word Spurs in the dictionary.
Oh
So
wow!
basically, it means it's Spursy. It's what's this team? Describe this team. Oh, they're just Spursy. So you know what I mean. I don't know if it's true, but there's a slight funny rumor going around. Bit of banter, with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, they are Spursy. I don't know.
yeah. So I assume if that's the case, if you look up Arsenal in the dictionary, it should say the bottle jobs.
Yeah, well,
I could
12
say
months ago
something
that was,
else.
but I
I could
mean,
say something else, but I'm not going to say it.
That's good. That's good. I love it. Yeah, the Champions League draw came out last night. What do you guys think about our competition at the moment for the? I think the new competition we have to play the table first. The
okay,
Champions League table,
so
then it goes into the knockout phases. What do
okay,
you guys think about the teams that we drew with?
so just to break that down, okay, so the new format which started, it is what 2 seasons ago now, is we play 8 games in a league format. So there's like what is it, 32 teams or whatever, right? They all play 8 games, right? 4 home, 4 away. In the end, there's a table, a top 8 automatically progress to the next round, right?
Yep.
The round of 16 or 32, whatever it is.
32, yeah, 32.
And then the next group of 8 will fight it out to qualify to make that up. And then the bottom 8 get are completely out. They don't even get to go to Europa League like in previous years.
Oh,
Previous
really?
format. Well, yeah. So like in previous formats, if you came third in your group, it used to be the group stages, if you remember. If you came third in your group and there was like a section of teams that were like maybe like 3 or 4 thirds qualify for the round of 32 for the Europa League, and they go down. I think United bunch of years ago were started in the Champions League, ended up in the Europa League and won it. I think it was a Mourinho team. I'm not sure. I don't follow United. I don't give a crap. Right? This is not a United channel, so we're not
I
going to talk about United.
I think that's all of us as well here.
Yeah,
we don't care about United.
But yeah, I'm just trying to explain the format. So basically, we play 8 games. We get ourselves in that top 8. We qualify for the next round. First and second don't get any favoritisms or whatever. The first season we did it, which was 2 seasons ago, the first season they ran it was 2 seasons ago. We actually came first, thinking that maybe we'll get a favourable draw. In the end, we played Paris Saint-Germain in the first knockout, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the time, I remember we were all like, what the heck? We came first. We deserve to be ranked, play a lower ranked team in that top 8 or whatever, rather than a Paris Saint-Germain who I think came 3rd or 4th, something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember the league table back then. But yeah, so, and then what they did is they tweaked it again for last season, but it's still not perfect. So I'm not sure what they've done with this season, but the priority is, once going into that first game, is to win and to get enough points to get you in that 8, right? You get a whole month off less Champions League football, because what happens is in February, the teams that went from 9th to 22 or whatever it is, the number, right? Play a qualifier and knock each other out. They'll play 2 games at least, so that's an extra 2 games. If we make that 8, that's 2 games less we play in the season.
Of course,
in the long run, with injuries and all that kind of stuff, that time of year when we're just getting out of Christmas, just getting out of the New Year period, when there's so many competitions like Carabao Cup semi-final, FA Cup kicks in January, and that's the business end of the Champions League.
Yeah, too much games.
That's the most busy period. It's always, the busy period is always December to March.
Yes,
April, like that kind of period. Some would say towards the end of February is probably the end of the busy period, because Carabao Cup final, should we make it, if the team makes it, is around
that time as well.
It's around mid-February from memory, right? I've not checked the schedule. I think the season that just finished, I think it was a little bit later or a little bit earlier because of World Cup. But again, the World Cup has shortened everyone's preseason and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's how it works. In regards to who we're playing, we've got Atletico de Madrid, right? That's a home game. We've got Fenerbahce. I think that's an away game. We've got Lask, who is from Austria. We got Lens, not Lyon, Lens, spelled Lens. They just beat Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 in the French Super Cup. That doesn't happen. Like, the fact that Paris Saint-Germain lost 1-0 to Lens in the Super Cup, this particular cup that Paris Saint-Germain wins, regardless, it is a cardinal sin that they've lost to Lens 1-0. It is like literally affected the team and all that. But they'll still win their league, this Paris Saint-Germain. Plus, their new signings will kick in. But we're not talking about them. Let's continue. FC Porto from Portugal. Club Brugge. What's it called? Inter Milan. We played them, the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, we always play them.
And Villarreal. I think, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, could it get any better? That's fantastic. We've avoided what's it called? Barcelona. We've avoided Real Madrid, who we've played twice now at Anfield. We've avoided Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain,
Oh, thank God for them.
Dortmund, a few other teams. We've got
big ones.
those. Less so of a team. I don't want to,
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. So I think that draw, if I'm being honest, and we're the serious team that we should be, I think we should win that, go undefeated.
Oh yeah, I'm with you as well.
You know,
We favourite with that draw. It's a really good draw for us. Yep. What do you think of that draw, T?
I
Are you
think,
happy with it?
yeah, I'm happy with it. I think based on Joey's analysis, it seems like we have a good chance. Some of these teams, when I mentioned big, these are teams that are, repetitiously winning. They win cups, they win leagues, but some of the smaller teams, let's call it, these teams, what I'm seeing is different types of signings, different mix up, and I think they have really. I think they, even a smaller team has a chance in winning this. But for Liverpool, I think it's a even better chance of winning for a team
Oh,
like Liverpool.
of course, of course. Yeah, massive chance for us to actually go undefeated in the in that draw. Let's move on to my favorite part of the segment. What happened in the last 24 hours, man, made me so happy. We got the signing of Bradley Barcola from PSG, and our own Aussie Scouser has a bombshell to drop in this podcast. Go ahead, Joey.
okay,
What's
so
up, bombshell?
bomba. Um, okay, so Barcola, as you said, is pretty much done. The issue was the fee was too high initially. Paris Saint-Germain wanted 140 million euros. Liverpool were like, "Oh, that's a little bit too much," and they were just, holding back, knowing that Paris Saint-Germain were signing two attackers, and in the past two, maybe even three matches, they've put aside Barcola. They've not included him into the squad, not even the bench. I do believe he was at training earlier today, or yesterday for the UK, for the Europe. So yeah, it was just a issue with fee. He's always wanted Liverpool. There were slight, discussions, Arsenal, because they missed out on Vinicius Junior. But let's be honest, he ain't going to Arsenal, right? I think Arsenal, if they won an attacker, because they've lost two of the attackers, Martinelli and I can't remember his name. The
He's
Belgian,
not. He's
the
not
Belgian.
important enough to
It's
remember.
not important enough. No, but they're trying to chase down Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. However, Alvarez is more favouring Barcelona. Yet Atletico don't want to let him go to a rival, so there's a bit of an issue there. I think Alvarez will probably stay over there, so I don't think Arsenal will add any more strikers. I think that's they're them done. But anyway, yeah. So the terms that have been agreed on is it's 100 million euros upfront, with potentially. I'm getting two different reports. I'm not sure which one is more correct, but my gut tells me the 20 million add-ons is more correct, but someone is telling me there's a 25. So
Yeah,
2025, add-ons to be added, and that will put him up there as one of the highest transfers in Premier League history. So yeah, the sign seal delivered, where he will, shake, and you'll see him do the thing. The paperwork and the pictures and all that kind of stuff. I think will happen. Uh,
I heard Monday.
probably the day after the game. Could be.
Oh,
Don't be. It wouldn't surprise me to see if he was at the stadium for the match against Forest, like just sitting there in the crowd watching, seeing his new club. That
oh,
should happen very
100%.
soon. Yeah. So look, you know what? That probably could happen tonight, like today. This morning. It's now morning there. So, but yeah. Other than that, deal's done. Everything's sorted there. Move on to next bomber news.
Yeah. What's the
Um,
bomber? Drum roll, drum roll.
no drama, no drama. Just straight to it. Um, do not be surprised if Liverpool acquire a number 6. And we're looking at a specific player. I know. I think I'm not sure if someone told me that Ariola, not Ariola, didn't want a number
Irola.
6,
Irola,
but
guys.
yeah, he didn't. He didn't want a number 6. So if someone told me he didn't want a number 6, I don't think that's entirely true. I think he does, and I think with the Barcola deal, there is at least 2 more coming, and this
Ooh,
guy.
two more.
2 more coming before the window
Ooh,
shuts. 2 more. This guy is one of the 2. All right. His name is Lamine Camara. Right. He plays for Monaco. He is a Senegalese CDM. He is a very, very, very solid player. Quite young,
nice.
not old, good age. And yeah, he would be, if he does come, it would be a fee very close to, I think, around 40 to 70 mil, somewhere around that. I don't know. There's no number. No numbers have actually come out because there's no actual bid yet. But they
So is
are
this a
chasing him
rumor?
hard.
Is
Sorry,
this a rumor? Is this a rumor
this
that
this
you've
is
heard
this
of?
this is a high possibility that the bid will be sent and accepted straight away.
Ooh, so you're saying Gravenberg will go back to his preferred position, which is attacking midfielder.
Well,
If
look, I
this
don't know
guy comes
how
in,
I don't know how he'll use his tactics, but if this does actually come over the line, we could potentially use a double pivot, or have them swap,
yep,
every now and then, and Gravenberch might be benched for one game or vice versa. But again, it's mainly about depth and what he brings to the team. And Kamara is a very solid player, and
yep.
I don't want to say I don't want to say the deal's a million percent done, but it's a very, very. There's like an 85% chance it's done from this moment right now. Again, I've not
Nice.
checked in the last 5 hours if there's any updates, but from last night, right,
Yep.
from yesterday, 24 hours ago, I'm hearing that's an 85% chance done.
Nice, nice,
Well,
nice.
in terms of timeline, probably until Monday. But again, it's that far progressed. It could happen in the next few hours, right? But I just want to give it more flexibility of time because we need to also do that Barcola like official announcement signing, whatever. So yeah, don't be surprised if you hear that come up. I'm not sure if you've heard of whispers. There has been a lot of whispers of it, but this one has been seriously picking up heat. Seriously, out of all the other transfers, and I know we're going to talk about Ismail Sarr. Ismail Sarr is another thing that we're looking at, another option. Ismail Sarr, we've actually given him an offer. We actually sent a bid in for, I think it was 50 million. It got instantly rejected. Instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Crystal Palace
Palace,
want to keep his man. Their
well,
man.
Palace wants 70 or 80 million, right? We don't think that he's worth that. Now, my question is, he's a much older player. He's a great player, and look, if we do get him, if it does end up coming, I'm not going to moan and cry about it. But what worries me is he's an older player. Is he the longer choice solution? You know what I mean? He's like 20, 28, 29, something like that. You know, I would prefer someone not too young, not too old. I reckon the sweet spot is like 24, 23,
Yeah.
Is
24.
he a quality player
Right,
in
yeah.
your understanding?
He's a good player. Like, he can make the team. Like, he probably is pretty good off the bench. But are we going to waste 70, 80 million and only get 3 really good years out of him? Or are
Yeah.
we going to, spend 70, 90 million, whatever, for a slightly younger player and get 6 years or 7 years out of him? Do you know what I mean? That's the question, right? He's also the thing is with Usar is I'm always going to say this about player is he Premier League proven? Sarr is Premier League proven. He
Yeah,
scored a
he
lot of
is.
goals. This guy, I think he scored a bunch of goals against us too, right? So that's what's going on there. Now, and other players that Liverpool have been looking, or I've been hearing about is one Alex Scott. Alex Scott from Bournemouth. He is a midfield player, right? He's worked with Iriola before.
Yes.
Right, he's a solid player, and lots of teams actually are trying to get him. I heard
Oh,
Chelsea
wow.
were trying to go for him. I heard City were trying to go for him. Since hearing those, Chelsea aren't going for him, so they've pulled out. They're going for Martinez potentially. I'm hearing from Aston Villa. So and they've done their business. They just bought a few other players, but we're not here to talk about Chelsea. And City are trying to get the Bawadi deal done. And I think Enzo Fernandez. That's going to really take up City's pocket. The Enzo Fernandez is not secured, but I'm hearing it will get done. It will be like a late, transfer market thing that will happen. Anyway, so Alex Scott is a potential option, but if it's not this summer, because he's still got a contract with Bournemouth, right? We're going to have to pay a bit more um, than what we'd like to get him out of that contract because he's got still one more season, right? But if it's not this summer, it will be next summer. So he could still be a Liverpool player down the line. So that is don't be surprised if Alex Scott comes up again this time next year, right?
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
keep him in mind, right? Another one is Adam Wharton. Now earlier on in the summer we were trying to get him, and then that cooled down. It's been quiet for a while, but I'm hearing some rumblings that might be a like a last minute deal that could come up again. We do need a midfielder, and again the depth. We've just lost Curtis Jones in the midfield. We need someone that comes in and can do a job. Alexis McAllister earlier on in the summer was rumored to go to Real Madrid. Looks like he's staying. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not hearing anything otherwise. But
Yep.
again, that question will come up again in 12 months' time.
Oh, of course, yeah. Unless we
So,
give him a bigger contract.
well, yeah. So
Yep.
we're either losing now, which I don't think is going to happen, or we're going to lose him. I just have a feeling eventually, in the very, very, very near future, Alexis McAllister will not be a Liverpool player anymore.
Very
So he might
likely.
give us one
Once.
good, amazing final season and then go to Madrid or something like that. It makes
Yep.
sense. I mean, the South Americans, they love going to Spain.
That's their childhood dream, play for Barcelona or Real Madrid. It's always the case. Luis
Yes.
Suarez, Coutinho,
Yeah.
same pathway.
So should that happen, we definitely would need Wharton in that case, right?
Yep.
In my opinion, out of Alex Scott and Wharton, I'd say Wharton because get him in now because we're going to be facing a situation where they probably both gone in 12 months, say, and then all of a sudden the list is a bit thinner. I'm not sure who will be available in 12 months, but those two, like if they're available in 12 months, they'll be hot property. If they're not
Yep.
hot property now. So, okay, those two, Alex Scott and Adam Wharton, and also they're homegrown. The local,
Perfect.
so
Local
it helps
players.
us with that issue of homegrown, and it expands our squad if we want to go and fight on 4 fronts. So there's that. Then there's the question of you were talking about Iriola not liking Harvey Elliott or something like that. Please,
he mentioned it in the press conference. Somebody asked him, a reporter, they asked him why wasn't Harvey Elliott in the squad going to Newcastle. He said he preferred other names, and he goes, "I only can pick 20 players to travel." So me jumping into conclusion, is he going to be a future Liverpool player? Is he in his future plans? What do you think, Joey?
So
NT after.
From what I've heard, so the key, his response is quite key. He says he prefers other players, which means these names I'm about to bring up are possibly in his mind, and they're like potential transfers. But if this happens, if Harvey Elliott does leave or Gakpo, one of them, if both, then this starts definitely kicking in even more. But if one of either Gakpo or Harvey Elliott leave, Liverpool will be definitely looking to replace one of these or both of these with a number 9, right? Some like another attacker, but specifically a number 9 is what I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing names like João Pedro.
Ooh,
Now, João
not
Pedro
bad.
also
I
is
like
is a,
him.
is a possible uh, transfer target for Man City. Now, when I first heard that was a week ago, that may have now been silenced since they're trying to get that Enzo Fernandez situation sorted. So I'm not sure where that sits, but that could be an option. Sorry, that could be an option, right? So I just dropped the thing. Anyway, yeah. So João Pedro could potentially be a replacement, but look, listen. And he's also Premier League proven. He's a good goal scorer. He played really well at Brighton. But I think, okay, before I get to that, another possibility was Nicholas Jackson, weirdly enough, but no, he's going to Aston Villa. Aston Villa just lost Ollie Watkins to Saudi, so they needed a replacement. So they're actually about to buy Nicholas Jackson, so that rules him out. Um, and look, I saw your reaction to you. You don't like that option,
I
so
don't like him. I don't like him.
I'm not saying we're going to get him, but that was a slight, rumor. Um, Indakali came up with that one. Um, he's a really good source that's on X or Twitter or whatever. Um, not saying he's the most reliablest because people are can make mistakes, but he is quite reliable in the information he gets. He's very good with match day teams and all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, he's generally pretty spot on. So yeah. And also there was another guy from Porto, their number 9. His name is Gomez, who I speak about on one of my videos. I don't actually know much about him. He scored quite a bit of goals in the Portuguese league. But again, I don't know how far along that potential rumor is. But I have a preference, and I've watched like a lot of players, and I think this guy is really something to look at. Antonio Nusa from RB Leipzig. He plays for Norway. He's a winger. He's not a 9, but he's another attacking option, right? He played well in the World Cup. He scored a goal or two. If you were watching the Norwegian team,
Mm.
he's like a really good player, and honestly, I'd go for him. I don't know how far, like, what's his contract situation is, but if I was FSG and Iriola, like I'd put him in a very important category. I think, yeah, he's not Premier League proven, but I think he'll come and be a superstar. Much
Yep.
like Barcola, the question is he Premier League proven?
That's the
I,
thing.
I
It's
think
a
he'll come and
it's a different kettle of fish, the Premier
Yeah.
League. It's fast paced.
Yeah.
The defenders are on you, like quick, smart. Yeah, you have to think quick. Like you see great players come to the Premier League, but when the Premier League hits them, they become ordinary and they have to go out. And that's exactly what happened to Mohamed Salah. When he came to the Premier League, he went to Chelsea. Like he was surprised that the defenders were on him. So he had to go back to Roma, loaned out to Roma, and come back to
no,
prove
he went to
his worth.
Fiorentina first, then Roma.
Roma, yes, to prove himself. What do you think about Harvey Elliott's situation, T? Are you happy with this? He actually was in Aston Villa. He's on loan last year, wasted 1 year of his life. He barely started a game for Aston Villa. He comes back, and your new coach says, in my 20, how would you feel if you were a young guy like this?
Look, if I
Yeah.
was a young player, I would obviously be demoralized hearing that. But looking at the picture and looking at what Irola's trying to form, this fast-paced, intense team, compared to what Slot did last season, I think where Harvey Elliott stands, I think honestly he should go. He should go back. I don't think he fits in at the moment. I don't mean culturally. I mean with what Irola is trying to create. I don't
Yes.
think he matches what he's trying to create.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's a bit. When I watch Javier, he's a bit slower than the rest.
Yeah,
He
I
needs more
agree.
touches for some reason. I like him as a player, but you don't need that much touches. You need the fast pace. I'm 100% with you. It will be great for him to go overseas, have a new start,
Yep.
and I'm sure he'll succeed. We might see him in the Premier League again in the future. You never know. Yeah. Let's quickly move on to our final segment, the game against Nottingham Forest at Anfield. T, I'll come to you first. What do you reckon the lineup is going to be? And also, can you give your score prediction?
Oh, now I'm just going with T's intuition here. T's intuition always kicks in before the match, and I feel like, yeah, look, Liverpool's got a really big chance of winning this one. Looking at Nottingham losing its previous match and previous matches, in terms of the stats, they've in the last 5 or 6 games that they've played against each other, they're pretty even on par with losing and winning. But I think at the moment, Nottingham is not at its best form, and I think the prediction of scoreline would be about, say, 2-1. That's my score prediction. Now, that's probably a lot. I would probably say 3-0, but I'm going to give Nottingham a chance. Sorry, not Norwich. wrong team.
That's all right. Do you think Orojo is going to start instead of Jackets in centre back with Virgil van Dijk?
Jackie.
When I have to learn these new names, man, it's too much.
Jackie did play already, right? And he did play really well. Didn't he score a goal? If I'm mistaken, or
in his first game, the trial
assisted, right? Yeah. Okay. But I think they want to. I think Aro has. Oh, I can't even pronounce his name. Apologies. I think he should be the lineup. That's that's what I think.
Yep. What do you think, Joey? What's your lineup prediction and what's your score prediction for that game?
So, yeah, it's not jacket like you wear a jacket when you're cold, right? It's Jeremy Jacquet, okay?
The French
Let's just get that off,
pronunciation.
The accent.
Yeah, let's get that sorted, all right? Iriola, Jeremy Jacquet, all right?
Jacquet. Okay,
All
Jacquet.
right? Jeremy Frimpong, totally different players, right? Anyway, Florian Wirtz, remember, Wirtz. You gotta say it like that,
Yes.
Wirtz.
Don't talk about him. Trigger word for me. Trigger word for T.
Yeah.
150 million euro flop signing. That's what I've got.
No. I don't think he's a.
If you've watched my video,
I think Arioli. I think Ariola needs to build a squad around him. I reckon he's gonna be as good as Coutinho. You mark my words. He's gonna be as good as Coutinho.
Perhaps.
Hickson LFC. He had one whole season to show what he's got.
But we had Slot.
Listen, guys. So, Gary Neville actually came out and said something.
Who cares about Gary Neville?
I know, but I just want to clear the air here, right? So, Gary Neville was having a go at Isak and Wirtz, saying that we've been too kind on them and they need to step up. Yeah, obviously they're high expensive players, blah blah blah. But one bloke's been injured 80% of the time, so kind of calm down, right? The other bloke has come into a team where the entire team was, failing at just doing normal things and winning games. Right?
Exactly.
So, even if you're Messi and you're coming to a team that is not functioning well, you ain't going to do much. So, chill out. If you want to, save those comments for 12 months later. Should the team improve? I expect the team to improve. It should. Totally new coach, totally new tactics. potentially new signings, blah blah blah. Right? Preseason comes along, and there is a combination between Isak and Wirtz where they're putting each other in and scoring goals and whatnot. So there's a bit of sign there. First match of the season, that doesn't count.
Yep.
That's a tough trip away, emotional. The passing of Kevin Keegan, etc. Blah blah blah. We get a point, right? We're going into this game with 1 point. Nottingham Forest are coming into the game with 0. Nottingham Forest lost last week to Leeds, a late goal by Leeds. So they weren't looking too crash. I mean, I didn't specifically watch the game, but in my prediction, I say that I think Liverpool are going to dominate. I think Liverpool have a point to prove. I think Liverpool are going to show their steel, right? The steel of Iriola, right? I think the score will be 3-0.
Ooh, who's
Right?
going to be
Yep,
who's going to be the goal scorers?
So I've gone with
Ooh,
and
big
I've
fan
gone
of him.
I've gone with Isak. Now, if Gakpo plays or not, but if he doesn't, feature a lot or play at all, I'm tossing between Wirtz and Rio. I'm not sure, but
Okay, I'm gonna say Rio.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say Sobo.
Ooh,
Yeah.
a nice free kick by Sobo.
Maybe
love
not
the
a free
free
kick,
kick.
maybe actual goal.
Sobo goes.
Sobo.
Yeah, Sobo, not
Yeah.
Sobo. Who's Sobo? is Sobo wearing a jacket or what's the deal here?
Soboslai, Dominic
Yeah, Sobo
Soboslai.
with a jacket, and he's got
Hobo.
vets next to him.
Hobo the Sobo.
Oh God, he's not gonna like that one.
He's definitely far from being a hobo, that's for sure. But,
no. Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be. I reckon we get to dominate. That's for sure. I'll say 3-0. I'll say Munoz is going to start on the wing, right hand side. Gakpo on the left. I get a say with Virgil van Dijk.
Thank you. You said.
Oh wow, Virgil.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it correctly. Arojo.
I reckon Isak will get a brace and Wirtz get a score. That's my score.
So you think 3-0 as well?
Nah. He ain't scoring anytime soon. He's not scoring anytime soon.
No.
That's what I think.
Next minute.
Next score, he scores a hat trick.
Give it 5
Next
matches.
podcast, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, somebody clip this up. Anyway, yeah. So, Moz, are you saying 3-0?
Yeah, 3-0. Yep.
Okay.
Brace for Isak and Wirtz get a score.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I just think Munoz will come and score.
Yeah, Munoz, man.
And you've asked for my team prediction. I'm not going to give out the exact lineup, but I'm gonna say copy and paste the team that started last week. But I just think have starting and Jacket coming off the bench just because he's only played 2 games in 6 months. So just for the longevity and making sure that he actually gets back to his full peak without re-injuring that injury or making another injury. I'm not sure, if they fast tracked his recovery or not. But yeah, just have him come off the bench, and maybe give Aurora, 55 minutes and then Jacquet come on. Just for the first month or something.
Yeah.
That way, he doesn't even have to take Arojo off for 55. He can just put Arojo in right back and then put Jacquet in and take off whoever he's got in right back. For example, because Arojo can play right back and left back too. That's why we bought him. He was very versatile. We've also got Endo, and I would like to see Endo used. I don't think Endo has
Oh my
reached
gosh, tell
his
me about it.
expiry date.
Endo has been the most underused player.
Yeah,
even last season. I think he's just in the background. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, his name is there, but what's he doing?
Well, he got injured, remember, towards the end, halfway through or something like that.
Well, he's back now, isn't he? He's back.
He's back now.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying he'll start. I'm just saying I would like to see him come off the bench and help solidify the game.
Yeah.
When we're a bit tired and we're trying to avoid injuries, etc., right? So I still think he's got contribution to the team. He's not expired, and we should not sell him. We should keep him. We've lost a lot of leaders as well. So
that's true.
We talk about depth and leaders. He's one of them. Until recently, he was the Japanese captain. He had to retire due to injury. So
Mm.
you know what I mean.
He's a leader. Yeah.
So yeah, and also I'd like to see more involvement, and I think he will, whether he starts or not. Different topic. In McAllister. McAllister had a pretty decent World Cup, scored a few
Yeah.
goals, couple of headers. This short little guy scoring headers and all that. I think he, as I said before, I think he will give us one strong, amazing year and then leave.
Then leave.
He had an off year last season. The season before, we won the league and everyone was playing amazing. So I think he owes that to us, and he wants to prove a point. I think Liverpool will prove a point and win 3-0, as I said.
Of course. Yeah.
And yeah.
Just quickly, our current injury is Ugo Ekiteke, Giovanni Leone, Connor Bradley, and Chiesa just sustained an injury since Como preseason game. I'll give you the final word, T. Like a week ago, me and Aussie Scouser, Joey, we predicted the top 4. Who's going to be your top 4 for this season?
Oh, top 4 goal scorers? That's what you're talking about?
No, top 4 like in the standings.
In the standings.
Oh, like the Premier League teams?
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodness, that's a hard one. Considering we just started the season. But look, top 4, of course, I'm going to put Liverpool down.
Is that the first, or are you just saying it anyway?
Of course, I'm going to put it on the first, okay? I'm going to say, I don't want to say it, but Man City. I'm going to say, let me think. Arsenal. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to have to say this. But okay, maybe not. I'm going to change it. I'm going to say this is a hard one. But I'm going to say, okay. No, I was going to say Bournemouth, but then, Irola left and all that stuff. So, but you know what? I'll just say United.
Oh, beautiful.
So
any last words?
United.
What was that?
So you've got Liverpool first, you've got City second, third Arsenal, and fourth United.
Yes.
Wow.
Correct.
Okay.
Nice. Any last word, guys, before we end this podcast, or last thoughts?
No, just
where you guys going to watch the game?
Where
you guys going to watch the game?
Oh, well, look, I typically watch this from my lovely home because I love analysing the game without noise in the background. But if I am going somewhere, it will have to be somewhere like the Star, or this is in Sydney, by the way, or or probably the Cheers Bar in Sydney, which is one of the Liverpool home venues, or the Toll in Parramatta, Western Sydney.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Toll.
What about you? Those are the ones.
What about you, Joey? Where are you going to watch the game?
I'll be down at Cheers.
That's your second home at the moment.
I've got to be with the fans. I've got to, discuss things.
Make sure you analyze the game, man.
Yeah, well, who knows? If I might do some interviews, see how we go. I think I'm booking a table. So yeah, well, where are you watching?
To be honest, I need to check my roster. I didn't check my roster, so I might be watching it at home. Or if I'm not, I'll come and join you at Cheers. Give you a big hug. I missed you, man.
I miss you too. You're a funny guy.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining this third podcast. Please leave your comments below and we can read them out in the next podcast. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
You never walk alone.
You never walk alone.